Raccoon Creek forever has been our playground. We have years and years, 20 years plus worth of data, biological data, chemical data. There's a lot going on within Raccoon Creek. Some sections of stream were sort of written off as irretrievable. There's never going to be able to sustain a healthy biological community, and now some of those sections are. And so that's, big success story for Raccoon Creek and the work that the partnership has done with putting treatment projects in place, doing the monitoring, and strategically putting the projects that are needed to be able to, change those sections of stream to meeting warm water habitat.
Stop.
Like 8.5.
Let's do 8. Yeah. We do whole numbers.
I'm gonna go to 10. So what would that be?
The whole Raccoon Creek Partnership Board is volunteer, and they are very engaged in wanting to be a part of that process and see what those systems look like. The monitoring and the maintenance per se is always directed and led by our team here, Amy and Sarah. We do have 2 AmeriCorps volunteers that are with us on a yearly basis. So they're trained at the beginning of their term, and they are very instrumental in all of that data collection and maintenance and monitoring. We have education outreach projects going on in Raccoon Creek, watershed camps. We're also working with the Piketon High School on doing a fish demo. So we do a lot of macroinvertebrate and fish biological sampling. So they're going to come out to Lake Hope, and it's a classroom of 56 or so. So we'll get them out in the creek and show them how we do biological monitoring. So trying to, enable the community to, with either funds from our grants or expertise or technical assistance that they need, being out there to encourage them to learn how to take water samples too. I mean, we always have volunteers that call and say, I'd like to come out for the day or see how this is done, or, I'd like to help out some way. So they're always welcome to come, with the team that's going out sampling.
Alright, so I guess that means we're doing 5 sites.
So fill it, put it in the cup to get the measurement.
We went further downstream to get more data for our field notes sheet. And right now we're just taking the pH of all the waters, and it seems that the water down here is pretty basic at this little waterfall.
So then why did we put the doser there? What did it do?
It balances the pH.
With what?
A base.
What's the base?
Sodium carbonate. Calcium. That's not what it was.
Calcium carbonate.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Same thing.
That's okay.
Close enough.
You
And
get the
so
picture.
what's happening up through the stream channel?
The pH is getting higher, so then when it gets in the water, it evens out with the rustlings.
Cool.
Makes it habitable.
So the pH is getting higher. What does that mean? Is it getting more acidic or less acidic?
Less acidic.
This is expensive, right? Yeah. So why do it?
So things can live.
The Carbondale doser is refilled on a 6-week interval with calcium oxide. The calcium oxide that's in the silo, it mixes with the mine water. There's a water wheel that turns an auger that dispenses a tiny little bit of calcium oxide into the mine water. That mixes and it runs through a channel that has built-in sort of step pools that encourages agitation and aeration so that the oxidation happens that allows those metals to precipitate. Over time, you'll get a buildup of unspent calcium oxide and the precipitation of the iron, aluminum, manganese, the metals that are coming out of the mine water into that channel, the sinuous channel that runs through the Carbondale area. So on a quarterly or twice a year basis, that channel needs to be cleaned out, and so volunteers are asked to come and we have shovels and scoop out the materials to the side of the bank, and that just opens up that channel, that waterway, taking those unreacted calcium oxide materials and putting it over onto the side. So sort of our next steps for watershed work are expanding to the Appalachian Basin, and we've expanded our capacity to address other types of water quality issues than just asset mine drainage. What can we be doing about that? We have a strong network, a strong partnership here, and how can we enable and engage those decision makers and folks that are across the Appalachian Basin to address these other water quality issues?